Good day, Marquise, and welcome to your financial reading. Got caught up because there was a message on my phone. I was like, hold on, the Wi-Fi needs to be off on this one so I can focus. So I actually have your chart pulled up in front of me. I hope you don't mind all my lovely Reiki noises in the background. For your reference, just in case this applies to you, the one I'm listening to here is to shift from tension or rigidity to flow and ease, right? And then the one on my TV, because I go pretty hard and I like doing multiple ones at a time, if I could put myself in a chamber and do all the frequencies at once, I'd be like, ha 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 ha. But you can't do that, so I have to watch on two different devices. The one on my television is reclaim your sovereignty from toxic relationships. So I will get into what this has to do with you, but typically, when I'm about to do a reading, I sync to whatever's in the chart, and we just happen to be on the same wavelength. Although immediately I do see that you are moving away from relationships that may have been possessive or controlling or blocked your freedom, which is what you really want in this life, and that's what you're moving towards. Uh, I don't want to say you're going to be a lone warrior, but there's parts of you that just want to run free. And anytime you feel stifled, that's the first thing that restricts your money and makes you tense. So, boom, that came through kind of quick. A. So, in this life, you learned a lot from your family coming up. That's actually where you got your crown. Like your royal energy, the drive to become an authority figure in some way, shape, or form. You just want to be at the top of your game. And you really want to be in a relationship, but you hate when that relationship pulls you away from all the things you want to accumulate financially. So let's get to the good stuff, right? I'm going to start with the shadow. What's the block that is holding you back? Because right now it looks like a mindset thing. Because so much of you is just about the money, like, and not in a bad way. You just want to be stable. You want to be solid. You want to be in charge of your kingdom, if you will. As a matter of fact, that's because you have your Venus at the 29th degree. The 29th degree is a final exam. You are doing a final exam and becoming a master builder. Can you create an enterprise or master entrepreneurship in this lifetime? Can you gain money starting from nothing and rise to the top? You've really had a big challenge here. The crazy part about this is, though, you're designed as like a husband or a spouse. So part of your drive is from your relationships. Like, you want to create a solid household so that you can provide for your family and stuff. Deep business, when part of you wants to run away from all of that just because it doesn't align with what you thought it was at first. People like to keep you to themselves, like gatekeep you. And then you get all frustrated in your relationships, like, oh, I wanted this relationship so bad, but now that I got it, I need to work, baby. So, what are the shadows that Marquise needs to dig through in order to find their abundance? It is a mind block. So the first one that came up is mental contest. And I see your Chiron, which is the wounds that you carry so you can help other people, but yours is in self-esteem and your thought process. Like, am I capable of this? Can I do this? Am I worthy of what I want? That's what this feels like. You're going back and forth between hell yeah and aw over and over again. So strength isn't from winning. Struggles define strengths. Control, power, repressed. Didn't I tell you the first frequency I was listening to was one for rigidity, for tension, where you were feeling tight, right? So being too hard on yourself, first and foremost. Chiron in astrology is actually known as the wounded healer. This says the wounded healer. Can't make this up. I love this job so much. The wound is the place where the light enters, empathy, healing, and purpose. So you having that in your first house, right, conjunct your ascendant, means you heal other people with the words. You tell people what you actually need to heal, what you actually need to hear also. So when you see somebody who's down, you naturally just like, hey, chin up. Very inspiring, if you will. If only you could use that on yourself. But isn't that the sort of thing of Chiron? It's the wound that you have a hard time believing that you can heal on your own. And I'm seeing here that it's at the same degree as your soulmate marker. So sometimes, and maybe eventually, you find the partner who says to you what you need to hear because you've been saying it to everybody else, but nobody can really fulfill that for you. Somebody who is not trying to control you, but wants to sort of run with you. That probably gave you like so much relaxation, like, oh, somebody who does not just want to keep me in the house. So, avoidance was the next one. It's key to see the need to avoid discomfort, but also to overcome it and thrive. Confrontation and progress. Not enough people can handle you whole, is what I'm getting. You've been taught to, by your family, particularly the men on your mother's side, I'm getting, to alter based on other people's comfort. So you have a bit of a chameleon thing going on, but it's giving you a hard time with your identity. You need to embrace your personal power, and that's actually your contract in this life. To sort of burn away all the stuff your family taught you. Keep the good stuff. Keep the parts of you that are powerful, that are like in your royal energy, right? But anything that stops you from putting up boundaries or speaking up for yourself or doing or committing to things that aren't in alignment with who you are anymore. Like once you realize who you are, it's okay to be that person. You don't have to be what everybody else needs you to be for their comfort, because that's the only way you're going to become the boss you want to be, by creating your boundaries in a way that you can stand in them because you know you're right. Like, hey, I know that's what you want me to do, and that's what the family has been doing this whole time, but I need to go in this direction. And you will be rewarded because you will see the fruits in your career, and you'll be like, dang, good thing I didn't listen. And then you'll also be teaching them a lesson, because if you had listened to them, you never would have got where you wanted to be. I was watching Coco before I went to bed last night. I ended up turning it off because I got triggered. Because there's this little boy who got this bomb skill. He knows how to play music, but everybody in his family hates music because a long time ago, their grandma got mad at a musician and she made sure that nobody in the family liked music. So this guy has this whole talent that could change his life, that he loves, it's his passion, and he does not pursue it because as soon as he does, everybody else is like, no, you are a shoemaker. This family is only shoemakers, and that's all we can do. He's not even allowed to have his whole life because it's been decided for him ahead of time based on what other people needed. That's what I'm sensing off your chart. You had to find yourself the hard way through people coming into relationships with people that mirrored the patterns and behavior of the women in your family who sort of, I don't want to say overpowered you or emasculated you, but sort of tried to mold you into something. That's why you run from relationships, or you were dealing with toxic relationships. They were mirroring back to you the feminine patterns that you had learned when you were growing up so that you can break out of that. So authentic self says, be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Uniqueness, individuality. So you are healing the fact that you don't want to stand up to anybody because you don't want to offend them, but you're also dealing with the fact that nothing anybody is saying to you is resonating anymore. Like, yeah, that was great at one point, but y'all don't even know me. Y'all only know the person y'all wanted me to be. So, how does Marquise heal this one? How does Marquise heal this one? Ooh, you also have your Mercury at the 29th degree in the 8th house. You are a detective. You know all sorts of things, and that is your money. That is where your karmic inheritance is. Just jumping out on your intuition, you will be rewarded. So, balance needed in your relationships. That toxic clearing is definitely probably a link I need to send you, because it seems like you've been doing a lot of the heavy lifting in all of your relationships because you've been holding back the weight of, I don't want to say your disappointment, but the weight of the things that are not that comfortable to talk about. You end up holding all of that inside of you, and it literally makes you like physically tense. Like sex is probably a sport to you or something that you need in order to not feel as bound up as you do. But that's not what it is. You need to speak your truth. Then your root won't feel so backed up. Okay, so it says, make sure all of your relationships are equal and balanced with giving and receiving. If they are out of rhythm, then the other is sacrificing and can't sustain itself. Therefore, it will create more obstacles to overcome. Know you are worthy and deserve respect in all ways. Okay? Ooh, addictions. But this feels like an emotional addiction. There is a high that you are seeking, possibly that you get in relationships, maybe in your career. But you're chasing a high constantly to avoid the lows that you need to feel because they guide you when you're going in the wrong direction. You could actually have an addiction too. That I'm not going to dig into that for you unless you want to do something separate. But this situation is influenced by an addictive behavior that is influencing you or the person involved. Pain and trauma are being projected. Try to see the truth of the situation by stepping outside of the chaos to create an opening for forgiveness, patience, and compassion. So you're in some sort of relationship, situationship that is a mirror of what? Your childhood wounds. Not feeling listened to, put in a position where you have to do everything to make other people happy and your needs are put aside. That is the pattern that you are clearing out. That is the wound. It hurts your ego when you disappoint people is what I'm getting. But in order to get where you want to get in your career and your business, you have to disappoint people relying on you because you need to step outside your box. And that's going to make you a little sad in the beginning because you want to make everybody happy. But in the end, when you get to double back, like, look, hey, you need to watch Coco. You'll be very happy about it. So sacrifice was the last one. Your strength is needed to pull back your power and gain perspective of the situation. You have gone through an emotional sacrifice for far too long. It's time to claim balance and nurture yourself by standing in your power. So your abundance is thrown off because you've been giving your power away to other people. Not your fault. This is actually something that you have been doing since damn near birth. Pretty much. And yes, you can see ages in here. So now that we know what the heavy stuff is and what you need to do to clear it out, let's see what new traits you are going to be embodying, or where this transmutation or melting down of the energy is going to give you. So the next Reiki video that showed up, because it just automatically rolls over, and since we are electromagnetic beings, it's logged into your chart right now. Reiki to activate your inner leader, and has actually been running for like 6 minutes. It says embody multi-level sovereignty. What did I say that the video on my TV was for? Sovereignty. So get your crown. So what new traits will Marq be embodying as he transmutes this energy? All right. Awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honors trust. You'll feel more confident in speaking your mind and giving advice, which is part of your path, right? The one after that was storyteller. You've been holding back so much wisdom. The ability to experience and express life through stories and symbolism. You've been holding so much in your head to yourself, but it's like, I'm picturing you like the brain and all the veins are throbbing. You have so much that you have been silenced from saying just because maybe it's cultural. Maybe it's the place you came from. Where like kids don't know what they're talking about. Stay in a child's place. But that energy sort of stayed with you. It's time for you to speak. And when you speak, you are going to touch so many people. This could possibly lead you to your career. But either way, freeing your throat chakra, stepping back into your power, is going to turn back on your magnet and your ideas to come through for what you need to be doing in your career. You're clogged up. You see this saboteur energy? You're backed up energetically. Highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it will bring to your life. You're going to be seeing yourself from a different way. It's going to be like revelation after revelation after revelation. And then suddenly you're going to be like activated. You're going to know exactly what you need to do to go forward. So, is this a mother wound? The healing of the mother wound is coming up. And you're going to be somebody that other people look up to because of this. Whatever the situation is with your mom, there's going to be some nurturing that you do for yourself. And it's going to heal the feminine energy within you so that you attract different in your relationships all the way around. Friendships and toxic relationships trying to hold you back. You are a whole trophy spouse. Like, that is the energy. You came to this planet with your sun in 7th. You wanted to be a spouse. You couldn't wait to get married. You probably thought your whole life about what your partner would look like. Planned your wedding in your head and all that. So, what will this transmutation do for Marquis's abundance? What will this transmutation do for Marquis's abundance? You will be doing a job that allows you to travel. Notice that's a key. So that's entry into a new level of something, right? Embarking on a journey could be your path to wealth, as abundant opportunities await you in the world. You're going to go somewhere else. If they've been trying to keep you in one place when you want to live somewhere else, because next came career change. You've been living for other people. Does your career align with who you are physically, emotionally, or spiritually? Obligations. You have some prior contracts or commitments that still need to be fulfilled before you can completely move on to the next stage. Don't let a past setback define you. Stay focused on your positive outcomes, as your thoughts and beliefs will directly affect your reality. So you're about to close out some old conditioning, some stuff that was holding you back, some closed-mindedness. This is just busted you wide open, okay? I just pulled all your cards, like literally, because you haven't been happy in your life for a long time. You thought if you did what everybody else wanted you to do, if you became successful in that way, that you would feel that thing you've been looking for, that I don't want to say high, but the thing, that addictive energy that you've been seeking, and it didn't do it. So what is the empowering message that I need to end this session with? Because you're about to step into that. Once you do what you want to do for you, you'll feel that feeling you've been seeking. And it's like your heart won't hurt anymore, your stomach won't hurt anymore, you won't be so tight. And you'll find the love that you've been looking for. Somebody you can run free with. So, inspiration. Harness your creative energy. Inspiration is an energizing creative force. Surround yourself with people imaginative and innovative thinking is creative. Self-love. Appreciate yourself. Look, I ain't making this up. Starting with the man in the mirror. Okay, so show yourself deep respect by accepting yourself just as you are. Release any self-limiting beliefs. Give yourself credit. You have earned your wisdom. You're a boss, bro. So, or chick. I've been avoiding saying agenda because I was like, Marquise could be a girl too, but it feels like a masculine energy. If not, you've been pushed into your masculine one way or the other. But this feels like somebody meant to be a husband. Calling your soul allies. What type of personalities have you attracted into your life? Set a fresh intention around the kind of people that you would like to meet in the future, because the people you have been meeting have been based upon your past scars and that mask of who you had to be. They don't even really vibe with you. Cultivate beauty and magic. See beauty in the ordinary. Notice the magic and miracles in the mundane. If you cannot find beauty, then seek to create it in the world around you. You've been activated. Have a good day.